Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 21st through the 27th. We have a new moon that is happening in your sign this week. Spirit sent me to a bunch of shaman decks. Every one of these decks are very shamanic, and when I pulled the card for you, you actually got the mystical shaman. And what's really interesting and fascinating about this one is there is no reversal on it. And if you will just give me a moment, I'd like to really read it to you because I think you are the reason that we have all these shaman decks this week. I think this is definitely your energy. And so it says this is the symbol of the myth maker and the storyteller who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all the aspects of it, and in doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story. That new moon gives you the opportunity to do that. A new story, a new myth into being. He dances between the worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely about his shoulders, and sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or to become too attached to the experience. This is the symbol of true alchemy. The Temperance card, your card, alchemy. I love it. For all the elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one, as above, so below. When we remember this, all manners of miracles and manifestations are possible. And the other card that came with it is the card of the smoky mirror. And the smoky mirror reminds you that you can't necessarily see everything at this time. But if you will have patience, Temperance, if you will have patience, then this will allow you to have things revealed to you in the right time and at the right place. But you are invited right now to write a new story for yourself of who you are, what you want to be, where do you want to go. You are the sign that has the galactic center in it, right? Around 26 degrees of Sagittarius. And so you are truly limitless. Jupiter rules your sign. Jupiter is currently hanging out in Neptune, which really is saying you are limitless. There is no end to what you can do. And so let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. There is this energy of discernment, of choice and decision making, of really being willing to walk away from the BS this week, from what doesn't serve you, and step into the light of what it is that you want to manifest and create. You have choices this week to make. There's a lot of difficult energy that is showing up here. The energy of change is 5, and 5, change is always difficult, right? It's always difficult. You guys are working through the big shifts, the big changes, and I want you to not be I don't want you to feel overwhelmed by it or discouraged. You are an optimistic sign for a reason, and there is reason for optimism here. So the overall energy, it is the Spirit of Swords. That is the King of Swords. The King of Swords, it is with clarity and understanding that you can really manifest something. It is, whereas I feel like the Queen of Swords, she receives the clarity. The King of Swords takes that clarity and he makes something practical happen out of it. He uses it for wise discernment, cutting this out, adding that, analyzing this, doing that. He takes the knowledge and the information, and it really becomes wisdom when it's used correctly. It's very discerning energy to make good choices, and you have the energy of choice this week in the Lovers card showing up here. And so there is a major choice, a decision here to walk away from the crap that doesn't serve you and walk toward your dream, your goal. You can step between the worlds. You're being asked to detach from the energy of the things that don't serve you, the nasty things people say, the uncomfortable energy of having to leave behind things that you wish would have turned out differently than they did, or things that you felt like, I thought that was a really great thing, but it turned out not to be. And so there is this major cycle of change, of stepping away from, and freeing yourselves from the sense of guilt or responsibility or self-doubt. And other people, don't let them place it on you either. Hold in your heart the vision of the future where it is the Ten of Pentacles. The key is holding in your heart the vision of the Ten of Pentacles. Because if you hold the vision of having it all, financial success, material success, whatever that means to you, emotional success, the idea that there's a legacy to it, that there's something you can build on that moves into the future, and that you have enough to give to others, both in your family, but also that you can spread it around. You have at the heart of the situation this Ten of Pentacles, and that elephant represents the longevity of this and the ability. And look, he's really connected in with spirit, right? His trunk. He's pulling it down in. He's pulling down the information into his heart space, connecting through the heart to gather the information that you need. The fives are here. We have 3 of the 4 fives. And so that makes that very, but they're minor arcana. And always I want to remind you, minor arcana, they are just an energy that is moving through. And 2 of them are in what I consider the past position of here. And so here we have this 5 of Pentacles. You're thinking about something, a loss. It could be financial loss. It could be a loss of a job. It could be a loss of a home. It could be a loss of an idea. It is a loss of something where you thought, God, I really thought that was it. I thought that was going to be everything. And it turns out that it doesn't quite match up with the reality of it isn't what you really wanted. Right? And so that something has cracked, it's broken, there was something that wasn't right about it. And so it has caused this sense of regret in the 5 of Cups in the heart space. So whatever this was difficult. And the challenge was the discernment. The Ace of Swords here in the obstacle to overcome was the ability to discern. And maybe you just didn't have enough information. But they're saying that just because you don't have enough yet, it's coming. It is coming. When the smoky mirror is there, that's what it says. It says that you have to be aware that not all the information will be brought to you. And so I think the clarity or the information or whatever you needed was blocked somehow, and you didn't. And it could also be blocking your ability to see the truth of this, which is rejection is redirection. And you're being directed back onto your path toward your goal, your happiness, your soul's purpose. Wow, that's huge. Soul's purpose. Okay, so by focusing on the image of what it feels like to have it all, that's how we really manifest things, are through our feelings. So really feel into the energy, and that is being doubled down by how do you transform this situation. We have the Queen, we have the Heart of Cups, and so it is definitely through your ability to feel what it would be like to have this pinnacle of success that you are seeking. And then you have the manifesting energy. So this is the knowledge that you can shape shift and move in the direction you want, and that you are being protected by spirit. So this big, huge seed of intention that you plant with your new moon is very important, that when you are planting it, so you plant it, you write it, you can do whatever ceremony you want, but make part of the ceremony you sitting there in the energy of success at the end. What will it be like to harvest whatever this seed is that you're planting? What will that feel like? And feeling is really important here, because you have the King, the Spirit of Wand. There's a cleverness, there's a strategy, there's an action to be taken. You will be protected in it, but you transform the situation through the emotions, and then you take divinely guided action. And so there is the knowledge and the wisdom is coming to you. You have the ability to detach from the situation, to step between the realms, to really connect with spirit, to receive the divine guidance. Again, divine guidance coming in through this Heart of the Cups. The information's coming into you through the heart space. So first you feel it, and then you also seek the answers. It is in the heart space that you will understand what is necessary to do next, because in the area of resources we have the movement of cups, the Knight of Cups, And so the way to move toward this is to move toward joy. What brings in the joy and the happiness for you? And one of the best ways to discern and decide when you are confused back here, one of the best ways to figure out what is the next best step forward is always to focus on, does this make me happy? If it doesn't make you happy, it's probably not the right way to go. And so there's a need to really allow yourself to feel what needs to be felt. Does it feel like joy? And this card of temperance that came through with this is inspired action, but it is not necessarily impulsive. So it's about being optimistic. It's about moving toward the joy. But here we have the Lovers here in the heart space. And so this is connecting on a very deep soul level with your higher self. I got to say, when I see that eagle energy in the heart space, it is divine connection, but it also allows you to have that extra point of view when you connect in with your higher self on what decision to make. That is moving between the realms, right? The eagle flies so high. They fly between, the earth and the heavens. They're able to really navigate into that higher energy. And this panther here in this King of Swords, the Spirit of Swords here, it is also about being able to move between worlds, to really connect in with your soul energy. And this week, how do you anchor this in? You're going to anchor this in by walking away what doesn't work for you. Walking away from it. Because here we have the last five, the Five of Swords. If it doesn't feel good, then you do this. You walk away. Spirit has your back as you emotionally walk away from the crap that doesn't work for you, and you walk toward the joy. What brings in the joy and the happiness? That is always such a good barometer of, are you on, the right track? That was such a mixed metaphor. It's a good indicator. It's a compass spot. I don't know. All right, so that moon, when it's in Scorpio, the moon gets into Scorpio while the sun is in Scorpio. And that's the second time it's done that. That is really interesting energy to me. And it's kind of like the maturing of the energy of the eclipses and of the deep dive and the transformation, and a chance to look at it again in a really soft, deep space within us right before we get to a new moon in your sign. And so there is a chance to take a look at the lessons learned, and you have the Tree of Illumination. Take some time this week to really connect in. Meditate, however that works for you. Maybe it's going for a walk and just letting ideas roll through your head. Maybe it's in the shower. I always get stuff there. Maybe it's actually setting up a meditation practice. Maybe it's sitting down and journaling. Whatever it is that works for you. Maybe it's a guided meditation. Whatever it is. I find music is very helpful. So we have the Tree of Illumination, truth, revelation, and understanding. The mystical shaman. This sort of truth that you've been looking for, this Ace of Swords, that's coming through this week. And then with the King here, you're going to know what to do with it. It's going to come through the revelation, the truth, the knowledge, the information. It's not coming from an outside source. It's going to come from your higher self. It's going to come through the heart space. Really, to give yourself the best chance for gathering the information and the guidance that you need, create the space for this energy to come in and speak to you. It really wants to. That's what this whole reading has been saying. When that moon moves into your sign, Sagittarius, it's there Wednesday and Thursday and a lot of Friday. There's, we have a couple of energies setting up this week that are kind of like this power struggle. It's going to be important for you to stay focused on what you're doing. I find Thanksgiving energy here in the U.S. on 24th is pretty sweet, nice and chatty. So thank you, Sagittarius. So you have here grounding. He's pulling that idea in, but look how firmly he is sitting on the ground. To truly ground an idea, you have to take action on it. It is inspiration that's brought in. Think of the thunderbolt. Think of like Uranus and Taurus is very much this energy of concentrated energy coming in, and it manifests. It creates something when it hits the ground. It's grounding this energy in. And the way to ground this energy, so do something to ground it. Gather it in. Write it down. Take an action step this week. But write it down on the new moon. I am whatever it is that you are trying to create. So, not I am trying. Please don't say that. Not I am getting out of debt. Ooh, I am debt free. I live debt free. I have more than enough. And there's always more on the way. I am in a loving and generous and supportive relationship. Write your statements like that. Whatever this big dream, this big goal, this big desire is, you can put them together however you want. You can have as many as you want, but every word should be positive and every word should be affirmative. Okay? You want it to be magical. It can't be so specific as in, it can be, but it takes forever to get there if you do that. It can't be, I want this loving relationship with this certain individual. No, if you're already in a committed relationship, though, that's different. And I do mean committed, like both parties are committed to it. Then it would be something like, I'm in an open, loving, communicative, life-affirming relationship with my partner. There's a way to do this that you can really ground this energy. So first, you would write it down. Second, you can't change anybody but yourself. So if you want to have a loving relationship with somebody, make sure you're loving. If you want to have an open, honest relationship, you need to be open and honest. You have to do the things that you want to be, because we are all mirrors and everything is reflected back to us. And so I invite you to take action toward your dream this week. Identify what it is, write it down. So dream it, intend it, connect with spirit, ask for guidance, and then follow it. One step at a time. That's how we get there. You have two cards here. The first one is the card of the deer. It says love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. So see the beauty in you. That allows others to see the beauty in you, right? It gets reflected back to us. The other one is really interesting. It's your personal choice. So close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? Now I want you to think about it. What are the strengths that they're known for? What wisdom do they share? You can look it up online, spiritual meaning of. Embrace these qualities. So whatever first popped into your head when you closed your eyes, go and look that up. Or you can set an intention. I'm going to go for a walk today and the first animal I see. Or I'm going to flip through this book and the first one. Or I want to see something 3 times and then I'll know that that's it. Ask for the signs. They'll bring them to you. Or if you already have a spirit animal that you know of, think about why that's your spirit animal. What is the strengths and the gifts that it brings you? What is the wisdom and the guidance that comes from that? Really connect into that energy. But remember that love is the most powerful energy of all. Love for yourself. When you love yourself enough, then it spreads out into the world. And walk away from things that do not engender love to you. If it doesn't feel like love, then it's not. Right? You guys take really good care of yourself. I'd love to see you Sunday night, 7:30, when I pull the cards for the new moon. And I invite you over to Facebook. Every day I do readings there about the energy of the day and how to best use each day as we go through it based on the astrology. So you guys take really good care. Enjoy the energy of this full moon and use it. Use it. This is your new moon. Don't let it slide by. All right? You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.